Advisory. Some episodes of the 1836 podcast are not intended for all audiences due to details that might be considered disturbing. Listener and viewer discretion is advised.
On this episode of the 1836 podcast, we share the origins and history of Flippin, Arkansas. In 1836, Arkansas became the 25th state, with Marion County being established on September 25th in that same year. Situated in the Ozark Mountains, the county was abundant in resources, particularly along the White River, which supported significant agricultural development, especially cotton. This foundation set the stage for subsequent growth, driven by the advent of steamboats and ferries on the river, alongside the railroad and diverse industries that charted its historical and economic course. In 1821, Thomas Jefferson Flippin and his wife Rhoda McAdoo Flippin traveled from Hopkins County, Kentucky, to an area they found ideal for farming due to its open landscape. They established their home near notable natural features like Fallen Ash Creek and Big Indian Spring, where a grist mill once run by Delaware Indians led by Chief Johnny Cake had been located. Their son, Thomas H. Flippin, along with his wife Elizabeth Ball, also relocated to Marion County, Arkansas. Before moving, Thomas H. had served as a sergeant in the Kentucky Mounted Volunteers during the War of 1812, experiencing significant trials like being caught in a prairie fire while attempting to aid Fort Harrison, an ordeal later detailed by Elizabeth in her pension application. They turned to farming, and Thomas later took on the role of county clerk in 1849, alongside being active members of the Christian church. Thomas and Elizabeth had two sons, William Baugh Flippin and Thomas H.P. Flippin. William Baugh Flippin, also known as W.B., was born in 1817 in Monroe County, Kentucky, and was married to Agnes Adams in 1841 in Izard County, Arkansas, and they had 7 children. During the Civil War, W.B. transitioned from captain to quartermaster for McBride's brigade, demonstrating his adeptness in leadership. His political career was extensive, serving as county surveyor, justice of the peace, state representative, and county judge, his education making him a pivotal figure in community decisions. He also contributed to education by teaching at a subscription school. Thomas H.P. Flippin was a prominent farmer in Marion County, instrumental in the area's agricultural growth until his death in 1892. Their descendants continued the family's legacy, serving in politics and various other roles in the county. The Flippin families established a community in the early 1800s in what was called the Flippin Barrens, near the present-day airport in Marion County. This area was named for its sparse vegetation, resembling a prairie amidst the forested Ozarks. As the community grew, a general store emerged, becoming a central hub for commerce, where settlers could acquire goods not locally produced. A flour mill was established to cater to the community's need for flour, utilizing the local streams for power. Additionally, the rise of cotton as a cash crop necessitated the construction of a cotton gin, which was crucial for processing the raw cotton into a state ready for market. This gin was particularly significant with the advent of steamboat trade along the White River. These early establishments not only met the basic needs of the settlers but also fostered a sense of community and economic activity, laying the groundwork for the future town of Flippin. As the township grew, it became known as Goatville. According to folklore, due to a humorous incident in the mid-19th century, a traveling salesman, after a failed attempt at selling his goods at a local store owned by a Johnson, was preparing to leave in frustration. But as he was about to board his carriage, one of Johnson's ghosts playfully butted the salesman on the backside, an event that locals found so amusing, they began calling the place Goatville. The railroad's arrival led to the town's relocation and restructuring, with the name changing from Goatville to the simpler Flippin. This renaming symbolized growth, a fresh start, and a tribute to its founders, encapsulating community pride and heritage. The arrival of the Iron Mountain Railroad in 1903 passed through roughly 3/4 of a mile from the original Flippin Barren and reshaped the town's development trajectory. The Marion County Land Company capitalized on this opportunity by purchasing 20 acres near the tracks, plotting new streets and lots to form a revitalized town center. This strategic move not only improved market access for local products, but also drew in new businesses and residents, transforming Flippin's economic and social landscape. With the railroad came immediate economic growth. Entrepreneurs like Lee Hayes moved his store to capitalize on the rail's proximity, followed by others such as F.G. Huddleston and the Johnson brothers, who established general stores and cafes. The town saw diversification of its economy with new establishments catering to travelers, including hotels, and the adaptation of blacksmiths into car repair services as automobiles gained popularity. This also expanded agricultural trade, connecting local producers to larger markets through rail access. The township's foundation was built by pioneer families like McBee, Wood, Talbert, Harris, Chambers, Hall, and Johnson, who were key in farming and commerce. Other influential families such as Pangle, McCracken, Huddleston, Alford, Marbury, Williams, and Sanders wove the communal and economic tapestry of Flippin. Early community life in Flippin was characterized by unity, with the Union Church serving as a shared space for worship across denominations until the 1920s. Commercially, F.G. Huddleston's general store became a landmark, and Nolan Carroll expanded from lumber into retail. Medical care was initially provided by traveling doctors like Dr. Polinsky and Dr. Brown, while education began in 1895 with a one-room building that doubled as both school and church. Under G.B. Keeter's superintendency, the educational system expanded and gained accreditation. Finally, in 1921, Flippin became an official incorporated city. James M. Keeter, the first mayor, played a crucial role in establishing services like water systems and road improvements, setting up a local government structure. By 1947, an airport was established, adding to the town's commitment to progress and connectivity. Forrest and Nina Wood significantly altered Flippin's economic landscape by founding Ranger Boats in 1968, which became central to the town's industrial identity with its innovations in bass boat manufacturing. Ranger Boats still exists, but now, family of Forrest and Nina Wood continue their legacy through Vexus Boats. Flippin has transformed from its barren origins into a thriving center with various manufacturing companies, financial institutions, and retail spaces. The presence of many descendants from the founding families keeps the town's history alive, influencing its current and future development.